Hi, I'm Dave D, and you're watching the XP Team USA channel. We're headed out to Minnesota, where Jim and Al are standing by, aka the Minnesota Beach Boys, for a little water detecting with the ORX and the XP Deus. Guys?
Hi, I'm Jim Kachiver.
I'm Alan Carpenter.
And we're the Minnesota Beach Boys.
We're heading out on this lake here today. Beautiful sunshine. The water temp is right around 51 degrees surface temp.
This is lake number 2 of Minnesota's 10,000 lakes.
We've hit this quite a few times last year. We've probably been here at least 10 times and took a lot of stuff out of here. But we're going to try the water kits today and see how they work on the dais.
Yeah, maybe we can get some deeper stuff that we missed with other machines. We'll let you know how that goes.
But it's a beautiful day. It's supposed to get up close to 70. And we're about 210 miles north of the Twin Cities. So it's going to be fun on the lake today. So why don't you all come and join us. We're going to start detecting right here in the lake. But we see there's a bunch of garbage up on land. So Jim is going to clean it before we even start detecting.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever outdoor activity you take part in, you should never leave a mess like this. Cans, wrappers. I seen some broken bottles in the lake, which we'll get later.
But we're cleaning her up. As soon as Jim gets done with that, we're hitting the water. Hey Jim,
What do you got?
Got a good hit over here. Not walking hard on 93.
Well,
95.
let's see what you can pull out of that hole.
The first scoop. That sucker's deep.
Sounding good.
Yeah. But still in there. I got her.
Sounds like rocks to me. What?
Old
Show me.
axe head.
No kidding. Wow. Let me get to you.
That's beautiful.
All right.
All right. All right. Till next time, guys.
Good one. Good one, Mel.
What do you got, Jim?
A good solid hit at 82.
82.
I suppose that could be a penny.
Or an axe head, huh? No.
Maybe an axe head. Close to shore, so you never know.
All right. Dig her up.
It's loud, so it can't be too deep. Still there.
Still in the hole.
My little scoop,
You-
sometimes it takes a minute to get on.
You got her that time. What do you got there?
Well, a handful of rocks. Ooh, this looks pretty good.
What is it?
A buckle.
An old buckle. Look at that.
Buckle. How's that?
That's awesome. That looks good. Got some age to it.
All right.
All right, Jim. Congratulations, bud.
Beautiful day.
To the next one.
91, 92, huh?
Deep though.
Well, so is your axe head.
Wouldn't that be awesome? Still in there.
Well, you're digging deep stuff today, buddy.
Oh, she's deep, boy. Still in there. She's deep. Got it.
Sounds like rocks again.
Yes!
What'd you get?
Another axe. Looks like a trade
Ooh,
axe.
wow. Whoa!
Awesome. Look at that baby.
Unreal. Unreal.
Beautiful. I've always wanted one of these, Jim, and I got it today.
Wow.
All right, till next one, guys.
Congratulations,
Thanks,
bud.
Jim. Thanks, bud. 94, you got a digger. Got a digger.
It's got a little odd sound to it, not pure. Let's see what I can find there.
Still in the
Must
hole?
have moved it. It's still there though. Sounding a little different.
A little better?
Sounding a little more broken up.
All right.
Not in the hole.
All right, you got her with your little scoop.
What's with this?
What do you got, bud? An old can opener. Look at that.
Another church key.
Another church key.
In my day.
All right.
Hold on a second.
Say something.
Some writing on it. Have a Coke.
Have a Coke. Can't beat that.
Coke bottle opener on a ring. How's that?
That's pretty good. All right. Congratulations, bud. Till next time. 95, 96. But it sounds deep.
Whoa. Iron?
They don't show iron. Got it. Oh, junk. Okay. Unbelievable.
What is it?
An eagle on it with like a, I don't know what it is, Jim. Like a scabbard or something for a.
Let me.
That looks old.
I'm gonna get close to it so we can see it. Wow.
What is that, Jim?
Wow.
Gotta be some
I
kind of
think
scabbard.
it's a military sword scabbard.
Yes.
I'd say it's pretty early American. Looks like a old-time eagle and shield on there. A lot of other scroll work. It's gonna be interesting to do the research on that piece for sure.
Definitely.
Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you, Jim. All right, till next time, guys. Gonna keep digging.
Well, we're doing a little wrap up here. It's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We've spent 4 or 5 hours out here. Hit 2 separate places on this lake. There's still like 6 more that we can detect. We won't do that today. Gets a little heavy dragging around these waders all day in the water, so
We're ready for our wetsuits.
we're ready for the wetsuits. It's wetsuit time. Had a pretty good day. I didn't find a whole lot of coins. I maybe found 8-10 coins. I got a Coke bottle opener from years ago, and I got a pretty cool old belt buckle and a piece of chain that could be old-time logging chain. So that's what I've got. Let El tell up what he got. He's the winner for the day.
I found some coins, and my first big thing I dug was a axe, a heavy axe, and then the next thing I dug was a trade axe. It was unbelievable. And then I dug some kind of, I think it's some kind of thing that the sword will go in at the tip. I'm not sure. We're gonna do some research on it, but we're gonna take some pictures of it, and
Pretty cool.
pretty cool. So a lot of garbage today, but it'll be easier the next time.
Oh, I did find a Hot Wheels too.
The Hot Wheels.
That's pretty special. The club I belong, we have fines at a month, and toy is one of the categories. So I'm
That's
good to
good.
go on toy for the month.
All right, guys. Well, till next time, we'll see you again.
I'm here with Greg Shipley, metal detectorist, avocational archaeologist, and history buff. Greg, can you tell me a little bit about your operation and a little bit about you?
Well, I grew up in Champaign County, Ohio, which is the western part of the state. Grew up on a family farm operation, found prehistoric artifacts when I was a kid, and did that for about 40 years until they started reducing the tillage activities. A friend of mine suggested I get a metal detector, and we looked for a couple of the historic Indian villages that were right around our home area. First time out, we found musket balls and part of a British brass pipe tomahawk, and I've been a metal detectorist ever since. Primarily I focus on colonial period, 1770s all the way up into early federal, maybe just after the War of 1812 period. Some early military sites that had to do with Anthony Wayne period, the Ohio Indian Wars of Ohio, the late Revolutionary War historic Indian villages of western Ohio, and also then the very early pioneer settlement cabin sites. That's what I'm really interested in in researching and trying to locate and recover material from. One of the projects that's been ongoing since 2013 is the Fort Loramie Supply Depot site in Fort Loramie, Shelby County, Ohio. Anthony Wayne built a series of supply depots to supply the military forts. We were lucky enough to work with a family that owns the property that the anticipated location of the Fort Loramie outpost had been located on, and in the last few years we've actually located the outpost and have been excavating the military trash pits and things of that nature. So that's something, as soon as we get out of this bad weather cycle, we'll be back to doing regular metal detecting incorporated into regular archaeological excavation activities. I've used a lot of different types of metal detectors through the years. A couple of years ago, Jerry Hoffman, Treasure Hunter Supply, approached me and was interested in my doing some field tech work with an XP Deus, and once I started using it, it was hard to get away from it. It's an excellent machine, and it's my go-to machine still, going on for 2 years running now. It's an incredibly advanced machine. One of the things that it really impresses me about the XP Deus is the recovery time when you're on heavy metal, such as early cabin sites. A lot of those hand-forged nails have got a lot of different metal traces in them. The Deus recovers so quickly going over one piece of iron to where it can lock onto a good quality target. And one of the funny things about it, once I got the Deus and started utilizing it, I've got two longtime friends that we've been hunting. The three of us have hunted for 26 years together now. And as soon as I started using the XP, I heard one of my friends tell my other longtime buddy, no need to even follow Greg because you're not going to find anything if you're behind him. Because they were impressed with the XP Deus also.
And now our feature presentation, brought to you by XP Metal Detectors. R.C. Dunn and Lenny Quillen are standing by just outside of Des Moines, Iowa, for part 2 of the lost coal mining town of Enterprise.
In our previous episode, we focused our story on the dangers and difficult life of an Enterprise miner. In this episode, we switched gears to the domestic side. Remember, the town continued long after the coal disappeared. Approximately 700 row houses stood in Enterprise. According to newspaper articles, rent was $1.50 a week. In hindsight, our two biggest silver finds would have paid that rent in 1903.
I just turned this over. It was about a foot away. It hit a 98, not too deep. I have not looked at it yet, but I know it's big silver. We're going to look at it together. Probably the biggest one I've ever gotten. So, wow, this is, I couldn't get RC over here. I tried to call him, but he didn't answer his phone. I don't see him. I think it's a silver dollar.
I'm shaking. I've never found one of these before. Let me show you. 1897 Barber half. Morgan dollars and Barber halves aren't the only currency we found at Enterprise. We've discovered dozens of Indian head pennies, Shield, V, and Buffalo nickels, Barber and Mercury dimes, and even an elusive Standing Liberty quarter in fantastic condition.
This was a solid 95, not too deep, 3 inches. I flipped it over, still a 95, just banging. I can see an edge on it right here. Have not looked yet. But this place goes back to the late 1800s. The mine closed down in 1917. So I'm thinking it's a quarter. And it looks like, there you go, Standing Liberty. It's probably been out here during the farming for 70 some years, tumbled and rolled, but I can't see a date in the sun. Maybe you can see it. See how bad the back is. Yep, SLQ, buddy. I'm excited. First one out here. Usually barbers, so it's good to see something like this. And it looks like it's in pretty darn good shape.
Without question, the number one thing we found at Enterprise has been early trade tokens. Coupons of their day, these tokens were essential for getting the most bang for your buck, so to speak.
A lot of times merchants would, instead of issuing or relying on money, would issue their own little discount currency that then encourage you to come back to their store. And so store tokens were pretty common in the late 1800s, early 1900s into the 1920s and 1930s. It was a way for merchants to encourage trading specifically with them and remind you of their name, especially if you're a new person who doesn't understand English, but you know that's, and there were Croatians, people from Croatia, people from Austria who were living in the Enterprise area. So it was a way for you to recognize who the person was that you were trading with, and you had that coin with their name on it.
One particular token that seems to find its way into our pouch more than any other is the Peter Carzoli token. We asked Leo Landis just who was Peter Carzoli.
Peter Carzoli was a figure who came to the United States in 1908, so he's one of those Italian immigrants. He shows up then in the Polk County federal census done by the United States government, and he's in 1910 in Douglas Township of Polk County, so in the Enterprise area. He's listed as a minor, he's married and has one child. And then in the 1915 Iowa census, he's listed in Ankeny specifically, and he's now a storekeeper. So the tokens that may be found in that Enterprise area are probably from about 1911 to, I would guess, 1917 or so, but we know by 1915 he's a storekeeper. He's somebody who can go between the community of being, you know, a immigrant himself, but also having learned English, and a storekeeper. So he likely, for a large part of the Enterprise community, was a reliable and trusted merchant.
In addition to coins and tokens, we've uncovered relics of everyday life, household items, and even this magnificent pair of glasses.
But I just saw the neck of this sticking up underneath one of the rows of tilled corn. And that's maybe my third bottle that might be intact. I don't know, it's hard to say. Anyway, I hit this 94 right here. I just turned it over just on top of this tilled piece of row. I don't know what the hell this is. It's really muddy though now. It looks like it's a case or something. It hit a 94 on the dais.
Most of the families at Enterprise travel from the East Coast, so finding watch fobs from Jamestown, Virginia, and good luck charms have helped us unlock the story of this town. We know of at least one company store. We believe we found the general location for the store as a result of finding hundreds of lead seals in a small area. Lead seals were kind of the UPC barcode of their day. Not only did they seal the burlap and packaging holding the bulk goods, but they were also stamped with the manufacturer's information. To this day, they are a niche collectible to some. Storekeepers would fill large barrels with grain and flour and discard the lead seals. They constantly register in the high 80s on our VDI, so they always present a diggable target.
Windy day here at Enterprise, but I'm getting a really nice high tone, 87, 88. We're over at the entrance, so a lot of gravel. Lead seal. These things put such a really nice tone out. You always think you got something super good, but you know, like I said, these are collectible. I don't see any stamping on this one, but anyway, lead seal Enterprise.
Enterprise will continue to produce amazing finds for years to come. We've invited a few friends to join us on our hunts this past year.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's RC, Lynn, and we got a special guest here, Chris Moen, all the way up from Ames, Iowa. The Cyclones are on a bye this week, so he thought he'd come down, hang out with the XP team, do some hunting over here at Enterprise at the coal mine. And he's already had some luck. He's found a V-nickel and some other stuff, but it's windy, it's cold, so we probably won't show you the finds as it happens, but we'll come back and recap after we hunt. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Here's Chris, first time using the ORX. We're out in the field. What kind of signal you got there, mister?
I don't know.
What's a VDI number?
86.
Let's dig it.
It is where, what the heck is that?
You sure? Let's see. Let me see. Hold it steady. Whoa, what the hell is that? Hold it right there.
We've even hosted the Minnesota Beach Boys on a couple hunts at Enterprise.
Okay, what?
Here, Lenny. Surface find. What is that?
What the hell? Oh my goodness, it looks like a watch fob. Oh my god!
Oh!
That is beautiful.
Awesome, boy.
You know what that is? RC Dunn and myself found that. That is Elk's Lodge.
No kidding. Oh, it has an elk on it.
Yes, it's beautiful.
Awesome.
Way to
On
go.
the surface. Look at that.
Solid brass. Hey, what do you think of that ORX?
I love it.
Why do you love it?
Because Lenny says I can take it home tonight.
All right.
So, it's so smooth.
Hey, let me get a close-up of that again. Guys, that is beautiful. Old.
This is my third watch fob I've ever found.
Every detectorist has that one honey hole that always produces finds. For us, Enterprise is that place. Even when I drive by, it still puts a smile on my face. That unassuming farm field just east of a large suburb that, for a few hours, takes us out of the hustle and bustle and back to an era where $20 in your pocket was considered wealth.